Good afternoon. We're sitting here with Dr. Erica Miller, and she is an author, a speaker. She has a wealth of experience, and she's about to celebrate her 86th birthday in a few weeks.
I cannot believe it.
And she absolutely is at the top of our list as a role model for both men and women that are wanting and seeking a vital life their whole life long.
In the progress of evolving forever. And you forgot to say I'm also a business person.
Yes.
I run, we're speaking about family real estate business in Austin, Texas. And very exciting, because business can be exciting, relationship exciting. It's attitude that makes a big difference. And I'm so many different things, and I want to make sure that your audience know I never brag, I just share. I cannot believe me that I'll be 86, but age is just a number. I will not succumb to that you're supposed to be. How come you have long hair? How come? I said, why do you think you know what's good for me or not? So you have to have, security in within and trust yourself and, being secure and living in America. And I'm lucky to be in America.
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking this time. Mark Pace, the founder of Vitalign, we came up here about a month ago, and we sat with both Erica and Jerry, who is her PR person, and we just had an amazing visit and decided that we wanted to start our Vital Mentor interviews with Dr. Erica Miller. So we've got several questions we want to ask, and some of our questions are even from our active clients that are in our program, and they submitted some questions. But one that I wanted to start is basically we have a sort of philosophy within Vital Life, which is the approach is a mindset approach, a positive mindset to the whole concept of growing old and aging, having that relationship that is positive as opposed to looking at it with dread, looking at it as something you're trying to push away or denial, that sort of thing. It's like have a really wonderful relationship with this idea of aging and growing old. So ours is a mindset program, but I'm wondering how you look at it. What is your philosophy, basically, about aging?
How much time do I got?
Well, as much as you want within a short window of time.
Okay, to me the bottom line, if I were to have to answer in one question, one sentence, just lucky to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so life has been an amazing journey, a mystery. And the cup is half full and I'm not in La La Land. So I'm still amazed as a Holocaust survivor. And you don't have to be that. People have been traumatized in childhood. But from 7 to 11, I was encamped. I was told, you're little Jewish dirty girls, you have no right to live. So that to me, mere fact that I'm alive, with all its imperfection, I don't care. I want to live forever. Guess what? I know tomorrow I could be a corpse. But if I have something to say, and they say whoever they are, that we pick our time of death, I will be dying at 123. Okay? So because of the amazement that I'm still alive and all those people around me were dead, I did research. I want to know how long can I stretch my life, because life is too short. So I'm so positive, and my attraction for you youngins is they want to grow old like me. How seductive is it? And I will never stop evolving. And so it's attitude. You are what you think you are. I'm a little short person. I barely make 5 foot. Don't tell anybody. I will always share my age, because if you have it, you flaunt it. But I will never be less than 5 foot. But again, it is like even the unknown is exciting for me. I travel. I this. I that. Look me up on my website. You'll see me jumping out from the plane. It is like, again, also it's like being open, being in the moment and being open to the opportunity that comes your way.
Mm-hmm.
Because we cannot control. I'm a control freak, but again, I know when to surrender to destiny. So I'm not sure whether I answered the question.
You did.
I can go on forever.
You did. I guess part 2 of that question, and you sort of touched on it as well, is this this idea of, several people have asked me this, was there a a poignant moment in the entire scope of your life where you sort of upped your game, upped your level, where you were like, you know what, I'm going to live this life my way. I'm going to live it vitally. I'm going to live it fully, richly, bravely. Was there some significant moment that was sort of the game changer?
I cannot think of any particular, but I can have flashes.
Sure.
For example, it's like, don't tell me I cannot do it. Don't tell me because I'm Jewish, I'm dirty. I'm not dirty, Mama. What's going on there? Or when my father barely could walk in the mud, and my older sister was crying and wailing, and my mother, she just tried to keep us together, and I had to be strong for Mama. So my point being is there were accumulation of things. It did not make sense to me. I was 7 years old. The mayhem that I witnessed. And then I saw out from the window in the camp, they picked up those dead bodies every day. And I looked down there and very detached as a 7 or 8-year-old kid. They look so ugly. When I die, maybe tomorrow, I want to die pretty. I want to pose just before I die. So to me, it's that life, death and being alive. And it's like almost I could not believe. It's like, yeah, I'm alive. We came back. So I never have one thing, but accumulation. I can do it. And that is that force. I'm counterphobic. So when I came to Israel, in order not to go to the army, whatever, you had to get married to say that you're Orthodox. I didn't need a man. I was 16 years old. So I went to the Air Force. The country needs me. Ta-ta. Don't tell me, and this is my second book, and it's wonderful for all ages, but especially with college kids. Everything is a big deal, big stress. It's not getting there in your education. What about from now to there? Because the past is gone. The future may never be. Be in the moment, celebrate, have zest in life. So that's cumulative for me. It's not. I don't think there's one event. I think it was Douglas. The old father is about 101. Michael Douglas, father. Mm-hmm. What is his name? Kurt Douglas. That he kind of like, I think he was in an airplane with somebody. I think it crashed and somebody died. So having kind of like a revelation that life is so short. If you have sometimes one trauma, then you can say, since then, my life has changed.
Sure.
In my case, accumulation of me toughen up my lip. I had to be strong for Mama. The country needs me. I need to be a healer. So when I was married with 2 kids, are you kidding me? With a Jewish boy from Independence, Missouri, he wanted me to be like his mother. When I was safe, my son was in 1st grade, I went back to graduate school. 8 years later, I had my Ph.D. in clinical psychology. Nobody wanted me to be. So that life force for me to be able to heal, to empower, I know, I don't analyze myself, that I did it for myself. So.
Sure. Okay. Well, thank you. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have to be one thing. I mean, over the tapestry of your whole life, it can be many significant moments that sort of just triggered and activated.
And yeah, the gene pool matters somewhat. But it's also, I do know for a fact, nobody should go through what I went through, 4 years and that mayhem and all that kind of thing. People died from typhoid and starvation. They didn't get to us yet to put us in the oven. Russians have liberated us. But again, we're speaking about that kind of, I lived through it. And the brutality of people, but kindness of people as well. That is my take. I'm not a la la land, but I'm positive. The cup is half full. Because that German guard, that monster that I snuck up to him to check him out, in spite of my mother saying, don't go to him, he'll kill you, he grabbed me, I wanted to check him out. And he kind of, and it's in my book, in my first book, From Trauma to Triumph. I'm not selling, but check me out.
No, absolutely. I want everyone to know about your books.
Okay. This is from Trauma to Triumph. A life from concentration camp, Israeli Air Force, and mental health professional in the United States. It is like, when he said, what's your name? And I said, Erica. And I thought, he's going to kill me. I did not listen to Mama. And then his mean, miserable face of this tall Nazi softened up in a heartbeat. And he said, I've home a little girl, her name is Erica. And he sang me this song, and that's what trauma does. It's like inscribed in my brain. Auf der Heide lift ein kleines Blümelein und es heißt Erika. On the meadow there's a little wildflower. The name is Erika Heather. I'm a wildflower.
Wow.
And I used to be purple hair, red hair. I live up to my name, which we all do. So, and then he just pushed me down. This is not a place for little girls. And he threw me a candy bar.
Wow.
And then I was sneaking back and forth over the next few months. I don't remember. My memory is very split. So we had a relationship. I came, snuck in there. He sent me a candy bar. To me, that incorporated in my understanding that, you know, there's two sides, there are many layers to us. The miserable, mean Nazi and the kindness to give this little dirty Jewish little girl candy bar.
Yes.
So, I mean, all those experiences, you know, made me, again, my point is, I look at life as an adventure. I'm still here. So I don't know whether you want to ask him about my casket, whatever, to me.
Absolutely. That's the next question.
Okay.
So the next question is, Mark Pace, the founder, who was up here, and you gave us this amazing tour of your home, and so for the group that we are doing this interview for, Vital Life people and people out there, Erika has this gorgeous wood casket that has been painted. It has the image of her beautifully painted. She looks like an angel in a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful white dress. And that image is painted on top of the wood casket. And that casket is her casket. And it is sitting at the foot of her bed in her bedroom. So I want everyone to try to just imagine this, okay? It's not a chest, it's a casket, and clearly it is that. And so she passes by this casket. It's the last thing she sees before she goes to sleep. It's the first thing she sees when she wakes up. So one question that Mark Pace had is how has having this casket, you know, right there, how has it affected your life? That's one part of the question. How does it impact your daily life?
It is part of my life, and that is a testimony to my life, and my take of meaning to life is death. And so nothing new. When I pass the casket every morning when I go in and out, I'm still here, I'm still here. And that came about because I'm very practical.
Okay.
My husband of 50...
That was the other part of the question. How did the casket come to be?
Okay. I was married to a very smart and funny man, 53 years. 6 years ago he died. His time was up, so sorry. But again, if there's a question, I was so glad that I'm still alive.
Yes.
Okay. So because I was very detached, he did not drop dead. He had this back injury, couldn't operate, whatever. So the death was incoming. So I'm very stoic. I've seen death. I was prepared for it. So when he died, I helped him die sooner, because hospice, they can give you, they're allowed to give you a shot of morphine only so many hours.
Right.
And he was like an animal screaming for pain. They kill horses, don't they?
Yes, they
so
do.
I had somebody there, they said, you can do it, but we can't. So I helped him die sooner. The point is, when I got there to pick a casket, you know, for him, those beautiful pieces of furniture, and then I told the sales lady, guess what, I would like a casket for me. I love wood. Could you please, I want this one to be sent to my home. So when I will need it, because I have a spot next to him, here is the seat up there.
Yes.
I'm looking at my spot next to him.
Wow. Yes.
So I said, I would like to buy a casket and have it ready, because to me, meaning to life is death. So I'm very detached, good for me. And they said, no, we are not doing this. You cannot, but you can go to Costco in Palm Springs, you can buy a casket. And my daughter said, nobody would take me there. Are you kidding? Nobody's going to come to the house. Why would you want to have a casket? So here, this young lady here, Jerry Nyland, my friend and my publicist, she says, I'll take you. So when the time came, I would not give up the idea. I want a casket because it's unique. It means something to me. I want to make a statement because people stress out over nothing. It's like they would live forever. It's not.
Absolutely.
Be in the moment.
Right.
So again, the Palm Springs casket place was closed up. So we found, I don't know, me or you, we found this place. It's a kosher kind of place, casket, custom made. So we went because of my height, plain. I didn't want to ornate. I like the red wood, just like my bed frame, whatever.
It's beautiful.
So that's how it came to be, and they shipped it out here. And again, it makes me feel, I obviously I like to be on stage. I'm a conversation, I'm a storyteller, but I am also an educator. So to me, I'm going to have a rehearsal. I'm going to have a desk rehearsal. I'm going to have all my friends, whoever wants to come, because some people are really spooked when they hear a casket in the house. To me, it's comforting. I know, I was in there laying, she took a picture, the artist with me. Oh my gosh, creepy. People, deaths and creepy and all that kind of thing. So I'm making a statement, and I will have those youngins and celebrate, and I want to hear their testimony. They say that catch me out.
Awesome.
Because when you're dead, maybe you hear it. But I like what you think of me now.
Right.
So I'm going to have a party. If you want to be invited, maybe.
I would love to come.
Maybe.
Yes, I would love to be there. Yeah, I will come.
So and I'm going to put it on the Facebook saying, no, I'm not dying, not that I know of. But again, that gives meaning to death, to life.
No, I totally agree. While we're on the subject, before we move on to a few other things, we do have one client that recently lost her spouse, her husband, her lifelong partner, and I guess she is looking for role models and mentors and inspiration at this point in her life, of how do you continue with a rich, full, vibrant, vital life when you also feel that you lost part of your heart, that you've lost this life partner.
Well, I can tell you that losses suck if you care about somebody. How sad it is you die and nobody mourns you. So it was very clear that your life partner was married for 53 years. It's funny because I'm very independent, resilient, and here I go up with it. So when he died, and I helped him die, and I was proud of it because nobody should suffer like that. For 2 weeks, I did not get out of the house. I was on the couch that you saw, the nice comfortable couch. I had to reflect what's next. And my kids, I have a son and a daughter, they were very worried about me. Here's this big house all by myself. And here they see me there laying there, and they were worried about me. And I said, go away. I need to reflect how my life is going to be different moving forward. Because your father, still sitting here. So I needed to be for myself and kind of reflect. And I think I found a book about loss and all that kind of thing. So what worked for me is I felt so lucky that I'm still alive, because to me, give me life. All right, number one. His time is up. I cherish what we had together. He's with me all the time. But again, I still have a stretch of life. So after 2 weeks of reflecting what different, no, I'm not going to leave my home. My kids wanted me to go to a retirement place or something to be safe. No, I will never leave my home. I continued my life because I was very engaged, very independent, interdependent. I had my own business. I was an author. So again, it took me a little bit to reflect what next step. But again, losses suck. Very weird, because it is a couple's world, and it's true. And so there's no way around it. So again, but saying that, okay, I'm still here. I'm going to continue what I did before. I will miss him forever, part of me. But again, what do I enter? What do I have to put more in my life, because I have more time now, because I had to be with him because he was not well and all that kind of thing. So I'm very practical, and again, it never goes away. But I feel so grateful that 53 years. We laughed together. He was a funny man. In the middle of the night, he used to make up jokes. And I used to get mad. Let me sleep. So missing and loss is part of life. And you don't have to like it. But move on. And guess what? Right now, it's been 6 years. I'm open for another relationship. Will it happen? I don't know, because we need a touch. We need,
Absolutely.
It has nothing to do with age.
Right.
And, all right, so my point being is it's a challenge. I'm picky. I will never not give up on the thought of having someone I want to be with, but I need somebody with energy. I'm going to be 86 next week or something. Old people want to go with young people, and young people want to go with young people. I don't care. That we shared in Yiddish, destiny is such. I am like in heat in 86, and I can still do it. Guess what? My attitude, you are what you think you are, but life doesn't have to owe me everything. So you're the person that asked this question. Life goes on, and we're not dinosaurs, and you will do it. Be open, continue your life, add some more, but please, I beg of you, be open like me. That's all. Does not mean that life is going to be generous to send. They could be 40 or 90. I don't care. I need somebody that has energy in traveling, whatever I do. So I hope that she can. Voice of Wisdom says his life is over, your life together is over. But you are, for whatever reason, you are still on this earth. And purpose and passion and whatever it is that keeps you going, continue. Do you hear me?
I love it. Thank you. And on behalf of her, thank you. Yeah. So another question while we're on this subject, because you were speaking about how much life means to you. And I wondered this question too, but the question I'm going to ask is about the fact that you went skydiving. You jumped out of a plane a few years ago.
And what was it? 6 months ago.
How long ago?
Huh?
August last year.
Okay,
August of
there
last
you
year.
go. We do have a client and his wife, and they both decided right around their birthday, just in the last couple of months, to go skydiving for the first time. They had a blast. They thought it was just an amazing experience. He voiced that he said for him it was the free fall. It was the moments of the free fall where he said it was just an amazing experience for him. But I wonder, and one of the other clients wondered, if life means so much, then how would you be able to go and sort of, it feels a little bit like Russian roulette to go and just jump out of a plane. Like, I'd rather be buckled in the plane, but, you know, it's sort of like, how did you arrive at that place? Do you know what I'm saying?
I sure do. Very easy. I was with my granddaughter and her friend in Auckland, New Zealand. And Talia is her name. She's a devil, like me, adventurous. So she says, Bobby means an old lady, babushka,
yes,
in Russian. She says, Bobby, I'm going to go skydive. Her friend, her name is Shayna, she says, I'm not going to do it. So it took me a heartbeat. Okay, if you can do it, I can do it. I'll come with you. Okay, I was open, the opportunity was there, I didn't plan. It's like, and I liked her character, she was so worried about me. Bobby, are you sure? I said, if you can do it, I can do it. And guess what? If the parachute doesn't open, what a way to exit the world.
There you
okay?
are.
It's not going to be your fault. So yeah, we're speaking about being able to be in the moment and making decisions like that, and I don't make any sense because I don't advocate, because it is kind of weird. So I kind of went there, I decided to go there, and it was like I have the tool of being detached. And it's like, okay, now that I decided to do that, I want to be able, I'm so practical, I'm pathetic, I want to make sure that there is a camera that I can post it on the website.
Sure.
I need new material all the time, living the life, walking the walk, not talking
There you
the
are.
talk.
Yes.
So they, I paid $300, I think, for that. They strapped me up, whatever. So it's like, it was very weird by him pushing me out. So it's like, it was seconds, whatever, but I kind of toughened up and I was laying there, and then I could relax. And I was just talking, how exciting it is to be alive, all kind of bullshit. I was just talking, it's like, because I was on stage. So then when we came down, whatever it was, so I'm not even, I was in the moment, but to me it was more important to me that I have done it, I can do it, I'm an example. So my experience was obviously not in depth, I wasn't scared, I wasn't smart enough, I was just detached. So when I got down there, the guy asked me, oh my gosh, would you do it again?
Would you?
No, I wouldn't. Why would I? You know what, guess what? you probably know, I went on Himalayan mountain, and
Yes.
Mount Everest in the base,
Yes.
17,000 feet,
Yes.
it was youngest, National Geographic,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been on Peru, Machu Picchu, and somebody asked me, are you going to go climb, again, it Fiji or kind of, I said, no, I'm not. I don't have to prove no more. So my point being, answer to your question, I was not prepared. I don't need to be. I'm very spontaneous. For a control freak, I know how to surrender, and life is an adventure. And I'm a little bit of a devil. Yeah, I want to live forever. People that are not swimmers don't drown. People that are not mountain climbers don't fall down and perish. So there is that kind of thing, almost defying death. I'm still here. I go by every morning, when I go in and out, I'm still here, almost like, so when a friend of mine, she says, there's a reason why you're still in the world, what you went through and how sturdy. I mean, people faint that they think I'm in my 60s. I can do what my daughter, she's 56, I don't know anymore the number. I mean, when we go to Florence, they don't have elevators, the 5th floor with my luggage, I'm first to go there. So, because she says, you empower people. You're so important to so many people. That's the reason why you're still here. And guess what? The reason I want to live till 123 is because somebody died, and it's not fake news. A French woman, Benet something, till 122 in 64 days. So I decided if she can live till 122 64 days, I can live till 123 and be in the book of Guinness, whatever. This is a plan, and guess what? I know better. This is my goal. Look at me, huh? But I could be dead tomorrow, and I'm fine with it. And now that my granddaughter Talia, she's in her PT, she's going to be Dr. Turk, a physical therapist,
Yes.
and she's working on cadavers.
Oh.
So I thought to myself, it's maybe hard to get. Maybe I can offer my body to kind of do, because again, I don't want to be cremated. I want to be in a chain of food. I want to be irrelevant even after my death. Cut.
I love it. Now, I do have a client. She is an amazing woman and out there inspiring the world in her own right. She is the CEO of a nonprofit in the Midwest, and her question was along the lines of what mindset or what shift have you had or advice might you have for moving from your 60s into now where you are, that 60 to 80, because that sort of is that window of time where a lot of women start to just recede. That's where they start to just not keep themselves as vibrant or as as like you said, your sexuality, your vibrancy, your sensuality, keeping your hair the way you want your hair, you look fabulous.
Thank
and
you.
so it's like, again, bucking the system of like how we dress, how we adorn ourselves, how we present ourselves in the world, because there is this sort of existing cultural rule book, if you will, where, well, that's not appropriate or that's not whatever, or those conversations aren't appropriate. Says who? It's like you're alive and you want to be relevant and all of that. So that's sort of her question is what advice would you have for the mindset of moving and continuing to stay vibrant and alive and relevant, really?
Okay, that is a mindset. It's a decision. And here I'm not normal. To me, 60, 70, the same thing, like I walk by my casket every day, I'm still here. So I was not bothered. I defied the odds. I'm outside the box. I've heard all my life, how can you do this, how can you do that? So to me, 50, 60, 70, 80, we are in the process of evolving forever and being in the moment. Like me jumping down a plane, I didn't plan of it, I was just ready to do it. The excitement of being engaged in life. And that's a decision forever. That means always what is in my life, what causes me pleasure, positive, whatever, what else do I want to do, I need to do, and how do I get rid of negativity. People that are they're negative, they drag you down and it shortens life. So I got rid of people that were constantly fighting, everything is negative, When there's family member that are negative, it's a different story. Then you have to kind of navigate around it. So to me, age, I mean it. Age is a number. I feel so vibrant. So I have a small group of women. They come once a month. They want to Eminem, Miller Muse. They want, and they think I'm hilarious because I can. Guess what? I still masturbate and it's working. My clitoris is still working. Can you imagine? I'm just telling you because someday you will be 85, 86, and we are sexual human beings, and we should opt to be, to be with somebody, to have somebody that matters. So it is not 60, 70, 80, and guess what? I might be in La La Land, but I watch myself like a laboratory. I trust and I believe that by 95, 10 years from now, I will be the same.
We were speaking about just aging well, particularly for women right now. That was the question. Aging in that 60, 70, 80 window and keeping the mindset of relevance, but also extreme femininity, sexuality, empowerment, what that looks like for you and what advice you have.
Okay, we are speaking about life choices are really important, all right? Yeah, about 25% is gene pool, DNA, matters. But remember, 70, 75 life choices. So going for 40 years, I've been going to the gym, aerobics,
Awesome.
Zumba, weights, I'm pescatarian, I'm engaged, I have good attitude. So what do I do? Yeah, life choices is never too late. And so those are the reasons, those are the things that I'm watching myself. Yeah, the skin is a little bit thinner, the bladder is not as good as it used to be, big deal. But I'm watching myself because age is a number and we are aging differently and things are changing. The attitude is very important. Because when my son is 54, when I said, I'm going to live to 123, he says, here she goes again. Who wants to live that old? Exactly what you said before, because old people are killed over.
Exactly.
Old people, I said, you're an idiot. It's not just living long, it's living well. Because he exercises, he eats well, whatever. You follow in your mother's footsteps, and again, it's like almost how long can the battery go? But you have to do something about it. And it's like, they pressure people, society, that tells you you cannot do it, you shouldn't do it. It's changing very slowly, but it is. There are more people like me, I'm not the only one, okay? Mm-hmm. But it takes a mindset, it takes decision, and I can offer, if I can do it, so can you.
Erica is out there living. She is bringing the life into living. She's keeping the life into living and vice versa, the living in life. And so she's traveling, she's speaking all over the world. They just got back from Dublin. They went to Ireland. They're heading out.
Standing ovation.
Awesome. She is motivating and inspiring people, and it's not just people that are sort of past that midlife point. She's inspiring. She's going to universities and colleges and speaking to young people, and people are just really getting turned on by her message and her vibrancy, and that really is a testimony to the fact that she, as she says, which is her desire, is to be relevant. She is relevant. So that segues into another question that I have, which is, you speak of relevance. What do you want to what is your legacy, Erica? What do you want to leave behind when that day does come at 124, 125, and you might push it even further back, but it's like, what do you want to be really remembered for? Is it the books? Is it, what is your main sort of message that you would want to leave behind, which is the way you live your life?
It's a really humbling experience because when people die, they are remembered as long as people are here to remember them.
That's
Guess
true.
what? I'm immortal. I'm on the internet. So,
that's true.
So I will be, if somebody checks out Israeli Air Force, soldier, Holocaust survivor, inspiration speaker, they'll be able to get to me 200 years from now. It's like, who do I think I am? I'm just a little girl from Romania, by the way, from Transylvania too. And it's a sidekick that Dracula was my cousin. And don't mess with me, California.
Love it.
Right. So yeah, to me, that's why I'm going to have the funeral rehearsal. Okay, it is like that I had a voice, that in the universe, nothing gets lost, that I reached some people, not all, for having a more positive and vibrant life. Uh, uh, Leaving behind an example, and I'm not the only one, so I don't want to be too kind of conceited, that young people, all the young people, they will smile when I will die at my funeral. Like my Talia's friend that traveled with us in Auckland.
Yes.
She loves me. I mean, her friends, they call me. I mean, young kids. So I'm relevant to young kids because, again, they kind of are bored with parents, with grandparents. Are you kidding me? So she said, I want you to come to my wedding. She doesn't have a boyfriend yet, right? She lives in Chicago, who knows where. I said, I will come to your wedding if you come to my funeral. I want my life needs to be celebrated as being part of the universe. Courage, because one of my mantras, I have quite a few, is guts, grit, and gusto. Guts meaning courage, grit meaning perseverance, you stick with something, and gusto is zest of life, is positivism. So this is something I'll be remembered. They will smile. When they will think of me, don't cry over me, just celebrate my life. So I feel that my legacy is in a very dark, especially nowadays, but always been. Every generation has something dark, but the negativity and all the uncertainty goes on. Again, I'm a voice of reason, I'm a voice of positive, I'm a voice of encouragement. That's what I'm going to be remembered. And they're going to be there, they're going to smile. Yeah, maybe a few tears, because you know what, I will be missed, because I am relevant, and they want to be like me. So that is pretty much. I have such a need, so when I make you smile, when I'm in an elevator to a doctor's office and I had my muscula, I just had it repaired because of my hiking. It's a sports injury. It's not that I fell down. So when I somebody in the elevator, somebody whatever, oh hi, isn't it a great day? We got up. So I make people smile, because smiling and laughter, our neurons are celebrating. It keeps us anti-inflammatory. So the zest of life, that I put it out in the universe vis-a-vis all the negativity goes on. So I matter. Is that grandiose? Is that unhumble? It's like Dracula needs blood. I need the affirmation that I make a difference. So when this woman here, when she laughs at some kind of a program that we go, because life can be tough.
Yes,
Losses
it can.
and things we cannot
Yes, it
control. Too bad. But they're not dinosaurs. We are going to figure it out, and guess what? Lucky we have a little support system. We're not all alone. Very sad. Yeah, I miss a partner. He's gone. I'm here. And my kids have their own life. And they have to make an appointment with me because I'm not that easy attainable. I'm independent. But it's rough. I like to have a partner. It's good to have somebody to lean on. Huh? But again, we're speaking about living their life in the moment, and being open, and that's all we need to do. We cannot control event, and life is terribly short. Too bad. I hate it. I'm not dead yet, I miss myself already. It sucks. Too bad, but I'm here and I talk to you and I know it.
Thank you. Yeah. So, and I'm so glad you mentioned that you just had that surgery, because that was something I wanted to mention, which is that I do have a client, and he's just in his mid-60s, and he was debating whether he was going to have a surgical procedure that would actually make things better for him, right? But his doctors actually said to him, well, we don't usually do that after someone's 65. And I'm like, phooey. That's just, that's phooey. So, clearly you have this philosophy, and it sources from what you just said, which is that you matter. You matter. And so when you matter, all of these things matter to you. So keeping your body in shape, keeping your body strong, keeping your body, anything that you can repair, I'm imagining you repair.
Case in point.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the two things. Everybody matters, but so do I.
Mm-hmm.
So being selfish has a very negative connotation in our society. But
in our culture, yes, it does.
When you think about it, on the plane, first wrap yourself up before you go to your kid.
There you go.
So I don't know if there's somebody up there that like me, because I just felt that you matter, but so do I. So I was wonderfully taking care of myself. Okay, case in point. A surgery is dangerous, not a surgery by itself. It's you go under and then you don't wake up. Mm-hmm. So it's a personal thing. If you don't have to, don't do it. But to me, I do not want to succumb to that. So about 3 years ago, I overdid it in my shoulders. I did 12 pounds, as far as pounds, as far as weights. So over the years, just like my knee climbing all those mountains, the rotary cuff, I could not raise my hands. So here we have this, the surgeon and my daughter. She didn't want me to have it because she was worried. She's a really caretaker that I might not wake up. So he knows her and he knows me, Dr. Buckner. He said, but your mother is 80 years old or 82 years old. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say so, but your mother, I don't worry. And guess what? 6 months with physical therapy, I stuck with it perfect. I did not want to not be able to do weights. And I'm smarter now. I don't do 12 pounds. I do now 5 pounds. Okay? The same thing with my knee. It was a sports injury. It was overuse, muscular, whatever. I didn't have to do it. And I kind of whatever, but I do not want to, be, not handicapped is not the right word. If I want the zest of life, I want my ability to continue my life, to travel, this is really important to me. So people, yeah, this is the normal after 65, and doctor after 65 you should do this, but it's a personal thing. I don't want to, if I know the risk is minimum, and I can have a leg that I can run, and I can climb stairs like I do in the gym every day, I hardly can wait to go back to the gym. I have to be off another 3 weeks. I miss it horrendous because it's oxygen to the brain. I miss it. But I decide I'm a grown-up and we make choices. So people's opinion, professional opinion is important. But ultimately we're all alone and we have to just, make a decision for ourselves.
Absolutely.
If I will not do it, who will? And yeah, people mean well, but go away. I have a voice. And yeah, you know what? Being alive is a risk. You could die.
I love it, and I love you so much. Thank you. We could go on forever here, but I promise that this wouldn't go on forever, and hopefully we'll have you back. But it is just such an incredible honor to have you, Erica, in our lives. We got this email from Jerry not too long ago, and it was just like, wow, I cannot wait to speak to this woman. And I just want you to hold the books up real briefly. Okay. Before we sign off here, I just want the audience to know what your books are.
This is the first one that it came about. It's just one of those things, you're open enough. My sister was interviewed by the Holocaust Museum Spielberg. They came to the house and they took down her story about being in camp.
Okay.
So she suggested that I would do it too. So I said, no, you told the story. But then it occurred to me that my life is so different, my takes. She was beaten down all her life. And I wanted to be known by my grandkids, my kids. So one of my psychologists that worked for me, she took down stories. She came, so that's the first book, because I wanted to be known by my family. Okay. So that is the story about that. And also takes about God, about kindness, all kinds of things I was talking in the book, okay? Then this one, because I lectured mainly University of Texas. I have my business, a real estate business there. I have a condo on Lady Bird. I'm so lucky. Can you imagine? People are homeless and I have 2 homes. Again, it just happened. Many people work hard, but that's destiny. Huh?
Right.
So the stressors that I experienced with young people in college, first year, it's like, my father wanted me to be an engineer. I want to be a poet. Your father had his chance, follow your heart. My girlfriend dumped me. Will I ever be love again? Yes, you can do it. So that is, 5 factors how to live your life a la you and not so worry what society says. It's a little, but it's a jewel. It's live life today, the past is gone, the future might never be.
Love it.
Birdie.
Awesome.
So that's very relevant.
Yes.
And that, I wanted to know how long I can live. And that made me a bestseller, international bestseller. Crazy man, woman. Huh? So yeah, I wanted to see what happens in the world. It's not fake news. It's based on the research all over the world, the zones, what it takes in order to have a long and healthy life. And journaling, whatever. So it's information that you can adapt at any time in your life. Never too late. They know that neurons, even when you're paralyzed, you keep on moving eventually, whatever. So it's like, it's not about, in their society, we want to be young forever. Guess what? I so embrace because, wisdom and life and looking good the best I can and all that kind of thing as an example for others. So that I wrote mainly for myself, and then I guess it is relevant because people want to hear what I have to say. And now it is with our fake news. This is not fake news.
Exactly.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Right.
And one more story, and then I'm going to cut.
Sure.
Very flattered. My grandson at UAC Law School, the last year of law school, MBA, all that kind of thing. So he says, Bobby, would you be a guest speaker in front of my friends and the professors in the big hall? I said, are you sure? He says, yeah. So I was there, I was a little bit nervous. I'm not nervous, I go, I'm spontaneous, I'm attempting. But my grandson, in front of his friends, are you kidding me? So right, it was over, and then he called, they all lined up to take selfies. The professors talked to me, there was a rabbi, whatever. So he called that night, Bobby, you were so relevant, informative, and whimsical. So I said, never mind relevant, informative, I like whimsical. What is it they liked about me? And he said, oh my gosh, because yeah, you made sense, because you told them. You know what? It's not getting there. It's a process. You're lucky to be here. Number one, you're smart. Number two, somebody pays your bills for the school. And then you're going to take care, if you're a lawyer, you're going to take care, you're going to put the bad boys in the jail, and you're going to uplift others. But again, don't forget the moment. And it's not, what if? Calm yourself down, because it's unacceptable. You could be there tomorrow. Do you hear me? I have one chapter left. I have another 30 years left, and you have about 3 more chapters. So rejoice. Don't just be stressed out. Allow yourself, be your caretaker. If not you, nobody else will. So I gave them hope. And he says, Bobby, I was so proud of you. Having that for my grandson.
Yeah, awesomeness. Listen, I do also want to have you share where people can find you. So your website info, your contact info, and then you are going to be touring. I think you're leaving tomorrow to speak some more, right?
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow, locally, and then in November the 7th, very exciting, going to be in Toronto at the whole expo.
Awesome. Is it
Whole Life
Expo in Toronto?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're speaking about a lot of things
All right.
that is happening, and Jerry makes it happen for me because I'm rather passive. We're part of a team, and then somebody comes up, whatever, I'm available, and I'm very picky.
Okay.
So it's on Amazon. All the books are on Amazon.
Awesome.
And just check out
.com, right?
.com.
Okay. And then you can follow her on Facebook. Anyone that wants to follow what Erica's up to, and Pinterest. I mean, they're the adventures of Erica, if you will. So let's just say that she's definitely one of the go-to girls as far as people to follow as living life with gusto, like she said, and chronologically gifted. But part of that equation is a huge part of the equation is the mindset.
Without it, forget it. And everything is not wonderful, but it's like, if you're not dying, that was a very tough mother to be. Unless you're dying, you go to school. And my husband was a neighbor, let him be home. So that kind of thing. So life, is the unpredictable, it's exciting. And you see videos of me, and that is empowering, that gives people comfort. And I'm not good in front of older people, because I heard it so much. I wish I could have done what you did.
Yeah,
I
I'm
need
sure.
young audiences, and I'm relevant with 11-year-olds. Very rare. I go to school. How do I know? Because when I talked in Austin, Texas, what was the place there? 4 schools.
Middle school, Wagner Middle School.
Middle school in the area of Austin. They were learning about bullying and the Holocaust. So I was the finale.
Oh, I love that. I love it.
Not allowing the age that society says that you have to be stuck.
Absolutely.
60, 70, 50, 90, I don't care. I don't know how long, but my point is the word is out, and I'm not the only one, but I'm so glad I'm one of them because, it makes me feel taller.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. Thank you so much, Erica, and happy birthday and many, many more. And we love you and we thank you. And so enjoy. Continue. All right.